It's the Raro show now. Every time she come around like a cheat code, she always get the show and always get this interview. I cannot get enough of her. I'm watching part 2. Everything that's going on lately. She be Raro Lake. It's the Raro show.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Raro, and right now, Wyclef just got off stage. He absolutely killed it. The crowd was going crazy. I am here with the legend himself, Wyclef John. How are you?
We getting litty again. Yeah, it was a great time. I had a good time. It was it's always good to play in Washington. And for me, the audience haven't seen me in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, we've been into a lot of other things politically, and we just back in this music space.
Right.
So it just felt it's like the best space to be in, because like you could just feel the love, the energy, and these are like people who listen to.
Going crazy.
Yeah, and
So dope.
yeah, it was fun, and the culture. It was like the United Nations in there. It was just Nigeria, Haiti, but it was so many different.
And I saw a lot of Haitian flags. Like, everyone was waving them. They were, like, trying to get your attention. Like, look, I'm from Haiti,
There was
too.
a lot of flags, definitely. Yeah.
So, with you kicking off the tour with your Carnival Jovert tour, this is your first stop, right? So, with this being your first stop, why did you choose Silver Spring? Like, obviously, we're dope in Maryland and everything's crazy, but, like, what made you be like, all right, I'm going to start here and take it everywhere?
You know, like I said, I got history. Like, you know, when I did the Gone to November record, like I'm very like my music ain't just music, like it's truth. So I think so like my cousin Spirit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's probably floating somewhere out here. And so like when we did the Gone to November record. So for me, the Carnival 20th year anniversary, it's like important to set off like certain energies, and Maryland's one of those places.
And I am super excited, though, that you did decide to choose Maryland. But overall, what is your mission with this entire, like, what is your vision for the entire tour?
Just like, you know, my word is called Global Gumbo, and you saw it today. It's like the idea of gumbo is like when you mix like, you know, different vegetables, food together, everything together, and you come out with love. You know what I mean? The food's made out of love. So just spreading like more love around the world, you know, like when Barb was alive, he had like the One Love tour and things like that. So for me, I feel like we at a state where the world is like so serious and everybody's like within a panic state. So if I could make you like escape for like 2 hours, that's a cool thing.
That's dope. Because I know I caught one of your other interviews, and I think you were like, it's going to be like a revival essentially on stage.
I told you, right? So you saw it, right?
And it was like everyone was so energized. I was so energized. Like, I'm working right now. Let me keep it professional. But like, I just even couldn't. Like, I was like, I'll dance a little bit. Like, but it was really, really dope. Jovert came out earlier this year, and later on this year, you're having Carnival III come out. So with Jovert, first of all, what was your inspiration behind that? And also, what is your favorite track?
My inspiration behind Juve is Carnival I.
Okay, all crazy, and that was really polite of you to like just slap it.
No, it's cool. Leave it up to me. Trust me.
Okay.
Like I grew up with friends. Like leave it up to me to come up with the crazy words. I remember like on Carnival, you know, I'm in the hood and I'm like, yo, this one called Guantanamera. My man like, yo, what's this joint? Yo, we got the new Wyclef joint, Guantanamera tomato. So I think you did okay. I was like, not tomato, Guantanamera. So Juve it's like if you haven't been to the Caribbean, but in Brooklyn, the night before the carnival, which is that high energy, it's like the party before. So it's like the celebration to begin the carnival. So as we working on the carnival, we felt like this generation, it's different than when I was coming out in the 90s. They put out music every couple of weeks. Every like 2-3 months, you getting albums. So the idea was I didn't want to just drop an album. I felt like it would have been cold. I felt like what Juve does is celebration, and it reintroduces me to like, cause you know, it's like a whole nother crowd too, right? So you got the carnival crowds, the score crowd, but then, you know, like, you know, Young Thug, for example, like they introduced me to a whole nother audience. So That's really what it's about. So embracing like the millennials too, because the millennials don't know what the carnival is. They never got that. But a lot of them pick up like Hendrix acoustic trap.
Yeah.
So to them, that might be their first introduction to Wyclef, and then they go back and listen to Juve. So just, the cool thing for me, huh? Yeah, Hendrix is on Juve. So like the just to be able to constantly like reinvent yourself. And I spoke to my man today. Like, so on Carnival 1, towards the end of the albums, we got these crazy themes where we take you to different countries, right? So you know that I have an Afrobeat that we gonna like we can't, because remember the first Carnival we did the compa, we did different. So I got the craziest schemes on Carnival 3. I can't even tell you, but
No, you have to tell me because I was definitely gonna ask you.
just make sure y'all have 2 pairs of shoes. You see how the concert is. I was mad at dude. I'm like, yo, you see, I literally wear. I'm telling people, they be like, yo, why you wear 4 shirts? I'm like, I'm gonna go through them, and like every 2 minutes we're gonna sweat. So bring some outfits with y'all.
I definitely was gonna touch base on the Afrobeats topics because being Nigerian myself, I want to know. Obviously, you have like some type of like an Afrobeat influence, but it's more of like the Haitian influence. But do you see yourself in the future working with any Afrobeats artists?
So I go back to Nigeria when the Afrobeat movement was not that famous up here. So the first time I went to Nigeria was after I did a record called Diallo. After they shot a man, landed in Nigeria, 10,000 people at the airport. That was my introduction. Later that day, I went to the studio with DeBange, Sound So Tan, Two-Face, like a little brother of mine. So I've always been part of the movement. So for me, the movement is an Africana movement. I might be Haitian, but my 2 greatest inspiration is actually Fela Kuti and Bob Marley. So for me, I'm just a music lover. So I definitely look forward to doing much more. Like I said on Carnival, they can't be Carnival 3 without one Afrobeat track. It ain't gonna happen.
Are you gonna feature someone on it? Why?
I'll tell you this, it's gonna be dope. I promise you're gonna be happy.
Okay, I'm gonna be waiting for this. I'm gonna be definitely expecting it. I want to ask you though, because when you first entered into the industry as a foreign like artist, essentially, you were able to do it effortlessly, and your music, you didn't have to change your sound. You kept to your native sound, and you were able to prosper essentially in the industry, and everyone accepted you just as you were, and you blew up. Like everyone knows who Wyclef Jean is. What is your advice for these Afrobeats artists and these Haitian artists and island artists that are just kind of getting into the industry, and globally now everybody's accepting it a little bit more? What is your advice with them trying to like merge into the American industry and the global industry?
Well, actually, when we was coming out, it wasn't that easy. I was the weirdo.
You made it seem easy.
I know, but it wasn't. It wasn't overnight. I mean, you could read articles. They told me go back to the island. What's this coconut music? Why am I mixing Spanish music with English? Where did I get that from? But in my brain, I just felt like it was global gumbo. So now global gumbo is accepted, right? So this is actually a moment where every artist, like if you're an Afrobeat artist, yard artist, Haiti, this is your moment. You should be seizing it, because every other record on the radio is a Caribbean sounding record. So like, how every season has a weather? Right now, it's the Afrobeat season. It's the reggae season. It's the Caribbean. Everybody is so Caribbean and Afrobeat out right now. So definitely rock those numbers on them YouTubes and push forward. It's your time.
One thing that stood out to me with your interview with Forbes, you spoke about before you set down your guitar, you want to make at least $1 billion. What steps are you taking to make that? Because obviously it's feasible. You're well past your way, like on your way doing that. But what are your steps to do that?
Well, I mean, the $1 billion mark is the start.
Right.
Because, after running for president and different things, like I can't be trying to run for president of my country and I ain't a billionaire. That's the first thing. So one of the steps that I want to take is there's a lot of tech solutions that I want to be part of. So naturally, if I wasn't doing music, I'm naturally an audio engineer by trade, right? So when I did the score was done in my basement. So one of the solutions, a few solutions I want to solve. One is, so with VR, a lot of movements are moving with the visuals. I feel like they could be different, like sound enhancements, and I feel like the future of how you listen to music is gonna be different. And right now we're working on software and developing different solutions to help that move forward. Some of my schemes, and y'all know I'm Haitian, right? So the first thing when you Haitian in the hood, you already know, right? First thing your mom save a little money, then they buy a laundry mat. You feel me? So $1 gonna make $2, $2 gonna make $3. And of course, anybody who's watching this, you know what I'm saying? There's groups out in Silicon Valley. And you know, for me, I'm just going back to my brain as the audio engineer. And right now I partnered up with Shazam.
And I heard about that. Did you kick that off during South by Southwest?
Very, very incredible. Check that out with Shazam, which is gonna be kind of dope. And also there's a show called CES where through the years we'll be developing and showing a lot of like new tech solutions. So I'm definitely moving more into like the software space. One of the things I want to do is also invent a software for guitars to teach people a simpler way to play guitars, you know? And me as a hip hop guitarist, it's important.
You were killing it on stage.
Thank you.
That was actually crazy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The guitars, it actually plays itself. I was just faking.
Are you kidding?
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my last question to round it all up is with Sweetest Girl, you had someone that you were essentially saving from being deported. Her name was Bongo. In your latest song with Young Thug, which is I Swear, the agent that called you was Bongo. Yeah. So I'm wondering, is this going to be a continued theme that like every time you save someone, it's a different agent, or that we're going to keep seeing in the different carnivals, the different, every Jove, that everything that comes out, like are we going to continue with the agencies and everything? Because I thought that was kind of cool, and I actually had to run it back and be like, wait, Bongo's the girl that he saved from being deported. So.
No, we definitely got schemes, you know what I'm saying to you? And the album, Carnival III is called Carnival III, the fall and the rise of a refugee. So we also have a small film that's coming with it. So a lot of cool shit.
Yeah. Well, it has been Raro with Wyclef John. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
Love y'all. Already get the EP. It's called Juve.
Yes.
And look out for the album coming soon.
Hot topics every time that she blows.